Good morning, everyone. We're here for our next installment of our Advent calendars, and for day 10, for the pinky name. Oh, sorry if you can hear a lot of noise behind me because the cat is playing with his toy. He's got some plastic springs and he keeps putting them under stuff, and then he'll come and want me to go and fish it out for him. He's hilarious. But anyway, this is an interesting feeling package. This is the pinky name. Oh, I love their little things like this. These are shaker bits, and you have stars. You have the little stars in all kinds of pastel colors. You have those, and these sort of go with the little card fronts that we got on day 1. Probably already seen those, but here's, cut a piece off of this and used it. And there you can see the little confettis. So that's kind of cool. And I do like that they coordinate a lot of their products that you get in their Advent calendar. There have been a couple of things I wasn't quite as happy with as others. The little stamp and die sets, awesome. I love these things. So that is what we got for today from Pink and Name. And let's open up our Spellbinders Day 10. It's funny, usually I find the door, or try to before my video. I didn't look at it today. Another sentiment. Let's see, it is just saying hello. Dot off of here. Back in here. And all 3 words are separate. So I like that in case you just want to use the hello, or if you want to use the just saying with a different word. That's kind of nice. So let's use this. And I think, let me grab some plastic because I believe I'm going to make a sugar card today. It's looking kind of cloudy here today. I don't know if we're going to get rain or not. I have plastic here. Yes, I do. So I have a full sheet of plastic here. No, I do not. So let me run get my craft plastic and cut a piece out of that. Where is my craft plastic? Here. Colored paper there. Oh. And I misspoke. This is my Duralar. The craft plastic is like alcohol ink stuff. Gosh, it's been so long. I did this little shaker, but they gave you the little circles to use. Maybe I should just use one of those instead of this. Could. Although I really don't want to just cut a piece of, I don't want to just cut a circle out of one of these. You know what I mean? And then not use the rest of it. So, oh my gosh, him and his toy. He's such a hoot. And almost every time I go into the bathroom, he's in the sink. Do we want to use that, or do we want to use one of these other ones? I do like the jelly beans. It's actually jelly beans and other candies. I think we will. Ooh. Now I saw Don Wilcox over at the Crafty Visage. She took a piece of this and she did a short on it, and she fussy cut around this and used this strip of cardstock, which I thought was great. Okay, so let's cut this out. Out my little envelope. Dark pink. I think I'll use like this sort of medium pink though. Oh, excuse me, I've got the sniffles. It's great. I'll tell you this year, so our assistant director at work, she was out with pneumonia last month. Then my boss's sister and her daughter, son, and daughter-in-law came up for Fantasy and Lights over at Callaway Gardens, and her niece was coughing a lot. My boss's niece, and when they got back, they went to the doctor, and she's got walking pneumonia. And their doctor said that he has seen a lot of cases of pneumonia this year. So she went. I've already had the vaccine, but my boss went and got it. I need my flu shot, but I just went and got, because I've been procrastinating going by there, or I would forget to go by the drugstore. But I just got my Tdap booster, which is the tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis booster. I think they said about every 10 years you're supposed to have that. But anyway, I'll go back maybe at the end of the week. And get my flu shot. Oh, and my boss, she called one of the drugs. We only have 2 drugstores here in town. And she called one, and they were out of the pneumonia vaccine. So, okay, one thing I like about this die here is that in the saying, the little tittles are attached to the letter. Here, you can't see that from that far away. I wish I could find a stand that would bring my camera closer down. But so far, all of them are about like 18 inches tall. I'll find one sooner or later. See, just saying hello, and the little tittles are attached, so you don't have to keep up with them, because I lose them all the time. You know. And let me put those over there in my little cup. So it has been so long since I have even done a real shaker. I'm tempted to try to make this. I did have some of the ones that fold over, but I don't really know where I'll put them. I only have a couple. You would think we would put stuff up in our craft room where we could find it, right? But I think what we do is we put it where we think we will remember. And then we don't remember. There. One more place, and then we're just going to go with that plastic. I'm looking through my bin of unused stamps and things. Aha. That's what I found. These are from Rabbit Hole Designs. How awesome is that? Fits almost perfectly on this A2 size card front. Does fit perfectly. That's fabulous. So I think I'm just gonna leave that open. Look at that, and all you do is peel this off. I say, well, first off, I'm trying to put it on there backwards. Excuse me for being off camera, but I'm fumbling with this. So you have to remove this film from the front. It's not wanting to peel off very easily. Thought maybe the old label would help it peel off, but it does not. And I don't want to scratch that up. Here we go. Just had to get my pokey tool out. Okay, so that is the front. So I want this to show. So here we go. Pick this off. Fold it up. Grab my bone folder here. it a little bit over too far, but that's okay. Oops, hopefully it will be forgiving enough that that's not going to matter. This is brilliant, and then I don't have to take a bunch of time messing around with my acetate. I kind of don't like how that's puffing up so much. I mean, I know it's got to puff up a little bit for once we put that down, it'll flatten out some. But anyway, where are my confetti bits? And here I am watching me shake them out all over the desk. Let's try this again. So before I actually glue this down, or take this down, I don't want, they're all clumped up down there. I don't want that. Why are they all clumped up? There we go. I want to unclump those. See, they're like on their sides because the bag was so puffed up. And then those. There we go. Kind of so you want, let me get my pokey tool. Okay. And I'm wondering, so I got this from Pink and Main as a free gift with a purchase not too long ago. It was just a random, they just gave you like a random bag of sequins. I think I'm going to put some of these in there just to have a little bit of shiny stuff. Just don't want to dump them because I don't want them to clump up in the bottom of this thing again. Here. Okay. Keep this flat. Oops. Which one didn't want to go in there? Okay, let's get a card base. We're going to put double-sided tape on here to stick this down. I like that. I probably could have put even more of these in there, but I was afraid it might clash a little bit. And if it did that, I didn't want it to be too noticeable. Double-sided. So I got this thing from, sorry it's all nasty because it gets sticky on it, and then, but anyway, so you can get these at Dollar Tree for $1.25. I saw somebody using one of these to do just what I'm doing, just tear your double-sided tape. And so I got one to try it. It works so much better. I don't know why, but it works better than trying to use my bone folder. I think it's just because it's so much wider. And when I was using my bone folder for this, it would slip around, slide on there. And this thing doesn't do that. I think this is supposed to be more like a Cricut tool. But, yeah, I love it. And it's so much easier than trying to sit here and finagle the scissors. And it's more precise, so you get you can get a flat or an angled edge depending on how you hold that. Let's see if this will work. So, usually when I'm trying to get something lined up, I'll use this edge on my trimmer. Aha. And these are wanting to not cooperate again. I cannot help that right now. So, let's see. We're just going to partially undo some of this tape. And of course, these are getting sideways in here again. So, hold that flat while I do this. I'm just going to partially undo some of this tape. Let's stay it there. I'm going to put a little glue on here, and that will give me, hopefully, enough time to move this around and get it lined up. Oops. And tweezers. Because my release paper ripped. There we go. There's the shaper bit, I think. That looks pretty good. Now for our sentiment. This made a really quick card too. Well, except for all my fumbling around, but other than that, it was quick. Hey, sweetie. What you doing? Yeah, I love you too. Yes, sweetie. Don't get on my pen. I think you probably need to get down. I don't have time to play with your... I don't have time to play with you right with you. Excuse me. So Axel is just saying hello. Hey, move. Don't step on my keyboard either. I got your meow. He's such a pest, but he's a fun pest. Funniest cat ever. Clean that up a little bit. And I may come back. I might color that little cat in the box. And come back and put him on here. But I'm going to let this dry really well first. And then I'm going to come back and clean up. I've got some glue around. And I'll just take one of my glasses wipes and alcohol wipes and get that off. So there is our little just saying hello. I like the effect that it's sort of floating there. And then you have all your confetti bits too. So that's pretty cool. And it's pretty matchy-matchy as well. So we used all our products today, and it was a fast card to make. I think it's really cute. I want to thank everybody for joining me and sticking with me through my Advent Calendar series. It's been a lot of fun seeing what you get each day. And if anybody's thinking about saving for an Advent Calendar next year, it sort of gives you an idea of the products to expect in each calendar. I will say that the, make sure I throw away the right package. And this is now I only have a few samples. I think this is the last one I have left of these shaker sheets, but I really do highly recommend them. If you're like me and only make one every occasionally, I got these Duralar sheets, and it's basically a lifetime supply for me because I don't make that many shaker cards. So I do know this is embossable. It's heat resistant. I'm not positive about these. You would have to, I guess, read on their website because it doesn't say on here if these are heat resistant. So here's a look. Those were the little acetate rounds that we got, shaker rounds that we got from Pink and Main. This old kitty cat, it was a birthday stamp and die set. You got the stamp set one day, the die set another. That little panda set, he is absolutely adorable. And it's so quick to color, just put a little shadowing on him and color the balloon, cut him out with the die, and there's your card. So that was some old pattern paper that I've had for a long time. The little layering stencil, it might be small, but that makes a great card front. Just beautiful. Then this was the little bee die set that came in the Spellbinders. He's just cute as he can be. Sorry. So this, you got a little flower set one day, and these tiny, I think this flower, these two flowers, and this one came from that set, and the leaves, all the little leaves. The other flowers came out of the, oh, this flower right here is in that little set too. Be Bold or something like that die set. It all goes together really well, adds to it. There were a banner with 3 dies that sort of embossed the sentiment into the banner and the Spellbinders. This stamp set, which I colored, and you all had to wait forever for me to cut out that mask, and then I stenciled over it. And the sentiment came with this stamp set. I really liked that. And this was day 1 with the balloon and the little hello banner die from Spellbinders. Cute. And you could cut that tiny bow out and use it on another card. What if you cut it out like a whole bunch of times and you could just use it for like embellishments on a card front? And here was another piece of one of these card fronts from Pink and Main. So I've had a really good time so far with these calendars. I will say that when you talk about what you have spent, I'll have to go back and see exactly what I did spend for these, but I believe the Pink and Main was, I'll say, around $95. whereas I believe the Spellbinders was less than 60. So that might help inform your decision. Looking at the products that you get, depending on what you're looking for. The value for the money, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So those are just things you have to keep in mind when you are deciding whether to spend the money. The Scrappy Tales Advent Calendar was pretty pricey. Even they put it on sale and it was still $112, $120. Which it's kind of cringy for me, but the dies in it are so fabulous that it was worth every penny spent. You just have to decide if that's something, are you going to get that much value and that much use out of the products? Because you don't want something that you're only going to use this one time. You want to get products that you can use over and over, and that will fit into your style of crafting, and products that you already have, or things that you would normally buy and use. So anyway, yeah, just things to keep in mind. And I hope you've enjoyed this and that you will come back for day 11. Thanks so much, and y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.